So here's my story. That 3.5 months after D-Day, I'm finally finding the courage to write down. I, 28 female, cheated on my now ex-fiancé, 30 male, emotionally and physically. No sex. We had been engaged for 5 months at the time, together for 4.5 years. We owned a house together and were planning the wedding. So after D-Day, contact remained only for things like him buying me out of the house and canceling vendors for the wedding, etc. We shared 2 dogs together, which we split up and each have one. Once the house was out of my name and everything was finalized, there was no reason for any contact anymore. I sent a few pictures of my dog and never got any back of the dog that he kept, even when I asked, and that's okay. I know that this is what I deserve. We have now been no contact for a month. This was the first and last time I have ever found myself in a situation like this. This is the worst thing I have ever done. I hate myself, but every day I am trying to forgive myself and learn from this so that I can grow and be happy one day again and learn to be a better partner, whether it be with him or someone else. My question is if I should continue to give him space and silence to heal on his own, or if I should make an effort to reach out. I was asked to stop contacting him, and we agreed to split the dogs so he doesn't feel the need to give updates on how his is doing. Is it still too soon? Is there even an appropriate timeline for situations like this? The longer we go on with no contact, it seems the less likely it is that he would be willing to try to mend our relationship. I understand that he owes me nothing. He doesn't owe me forgiveness or another chance. He doesn't even owe me a photo of our dog. But that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt just because I am accepting of that. Give him space. Like most men who have been cheated on by a partner right now, he is ashamed and humiliated. There are some men who are unable to overcome the pain of being emasculated. You chose a relationship with someone over your marriage, and his mind is filled with images of you with someone else, even if there was no sex involved. Giving him space right now is also giving him the space that he needs to process everything that happened. Considering how he's so firm in his decision to cut off all contact with you, I doubt he'd reconcile anyway. So do not get your hopes up, OP. Now for some comments, if he asked for no contact, then it sounds like he has decided to end your relationship. As hard as it is, you need to accept that. Trying to stay together is a hard road with lots of long-term struggle. Not everyone is willing to do that. It's clear you still have feeling for this guy, so you need to respect his choice and understand he feels this is best for his life. As your last act of love, it's time for you to let him go. Unfortunately, the end of the relationship is always a very real possibility when you cheat. I would have more difficulty reconciling with a cheating fiancé than with a cheating wife. Spouses often have a longer and more complicated relationship than an engaged couple. Furthermore, the probability of unfaithful fiancé or fiancée cheating during the marriage is much higher than someone who does not. There may be nothing you can do, and as you know, you have to accept that. If he has told friends and loved ones what you've done, the odds are really stacked against you. Friends and family members, especially males, are probably telling him he dodged a bullet. He won't want to disappoint them by showing weakness and giving in to whatever feelings he still has for you. However, that doesn't mean you can't try. And you're right. Every day you wait is another day he is getting over you. If he's blocked your messages, send an old-fashioned letter through the mail. Story 2. My wife and I have been married 9 years and we have a 7-year-old daughter. I am 35M and wife is 34F. At the end of last year, November, she had a coworker, 38M, quit after working together for 5 years, and she told him to keep in touch. She has told me in the past that he used to ask her out, and while at work they would send memes and jokes back and forth to each other via email and such. I would say they had a friendly work relationship. He's the kind of person that would send notes, write notes, and such to her almost every day. I'm not one to be too jealously. She has been respectful to me, always telling me what's going on. Normally, she gets hit on by a lot of men at work and wherever she goes. I never get too worried about it because my wife is very beautiful and looks much younger than her age. She always tells other men that she's married and has a child. Back in February, she told me she had been texting him just to see what he's been up to and to catch up. I thought nothing of it. Fast forward to a few days ago, I checked the phone bill and noticed that from Feb to April, there has been at least $10,000, Yes, 10,000 texts sent between the two. I was in shock and a little upset. I then checked the time logs for the texts and would see he would be texting her pretty much every single hour of the day, sometimes sending 10, 20 per hour. I really don't know what man has the time to do that. I work 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and barely have time for myself. He is a divorced man with 2 teen daughters. He lives at home at his parents' house. I know a lot of people are still in quarantine due to COVID-19, but wow, he must have a lot of time on his hands. I confronted my wife about this a few days ago, and she told me she was shocked and didn't realize it was that much. I then told her that there has to be some boundaries. I didn't want them texting each other anymore, and this has to stop. I said that a man shouldn't be texting a married woman this much. She agreed, but I can tell by her body language she wasn't too happy about. I told her I will be monitoring the phone bill every once in a while. Do you guys think I am wrong and just too jealous? I have a gut feeling that this may have or is going to turn into something more later on if I didn't intervene. I do know the guy. I've met him before at one of the Christmas parties at her workplace. I remember spending at least an hour or two talking to him about sports. Update. She won't stop her emotional affair with the other man. I will not accept that behavior and will be proceeding with divorce. I do not need this in my life. I do not need a woman like this. She wants to leave our relationship marriage to be with him. She says he fills her emotionally and wants to pursue him. They were planning on getting physical right before I found out. I won't argue with a person that doesn't want to be with me and plans on being unfaithful to me. All I can do is let her go. I am just going to keep my mouth shut and consult an attorney. We'll be prepared for a hard, difficult, uphill battle. Final update. It's been 3 weeks since she moved out to live with her sister. We are currently in the process of divorce. I have not seen or heard from her since, nor has she ever once asked about our daughter. Honestly, it really hurts that we are going through this. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and think that it was a horrible nightmare. I also started a new career this week, higher pay, better vacation, more time with family. Sometimes I wish this all never happened. I want to tell her all about things about my new career, my new co-workers, and overall better work life is. I know she doesn't care about us, nor should I care about a person that doesn't love us anymore. I never knew a person I once loved could be this heartless. I have a great family that supports my decision on letting her go. I have never been a fan on cheaters. She's never brought up the idea of reconciliation or stopping her affair. Her parents and brothers love me to death, and they don't want to lose me as a son-in-law. Today I found out she has to move out of her sister's apt, and she's been calling around town to find one. From what I heard, she is not having any luck finding a place to live. Is it too soon to say karma is catching up to her? As for the AP, I suppose he didn't offer her any help. I don't know, nor do I care. She chose this route. I'm just going my own way. The lack of communication could be beneficial for you and should be brought to the attention of your attorney. The fact that she doesn't even bother to check on your child and left the home abruptly will definitely help in the custody process. Collect all the evidence regarding the affair as well. None of these puts her in a good light as a mom, and so it'll help you get more custody. Don't take her back under any circumstances. Do not offer her a place to live. She chose her path and didn't even hesitate to throw her family away for a new dick. She needs to lie in the bed she made. Sorry you're here, OP. Comments. Sounds like this is just the start of the karma. Stay strong and focus on the happiness of you and your daughter. You both deserve better. I'd also make sure you have the custody arrangements formalized legally. When karma does hit, she may contest the custody and cause trouble. And your daughter doesn't deserve that sort of instability. Wishing you the best. My divorce from my ex-wife ended with me having custody of my 2 kids and the house. Even though there was no doubt that I did the right thing, I still had days where I felt like crap. But those days became fewer until they stopped completely with time. You sound like you have a good head on your shoulders, and I wish you and your daughter the best moving forward. Congratulations on your new career.